Hey everyone on YouTube, you know this is your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment. Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're talking about mixtapes and how they all started and where we are today. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is the cassette. We're going back to the 1970s, 80s, up until the 90s, because you know they still had these in the 90s, and the 2000s, for those who didn't have money to buy a CD recorder. This was the way to go for a lot of DJs, is record them onto a cassette. It can go from 60 minutes to 90 minutes to 100, like over 100 minutes. But I think the safest is the 90-minute cassette. And this is where all of our mixes started. And as you can see, I got some from 2018 up until 2020, which goes to show that you can still buy these Mixcloud UR 90 cassettes. This is my latest mix on a cassette from March 2020. As you can probably see here, this is a cassette. For those of you who don't know what a cassette is, as you can see, it's a very small shell here with like 90 minutes of tape right here on each side. So this is what we know. This is what we call the compact cassette. This is where most of DJs recorded their mixes back in the day. And then as time progressed, as we head into the 2000s and 2010s, here we are with the CDR. See, most people would actually go out and buy a CD recorder they can add to their DJ setup, connect their mix or whatever to a CD recorder. They would pop in a blank CD into the recorder and start recording up to 80 minutes. So you can fit more on a cassette than you can on a CD, but a CD holds up to 80 minutes, which is plenty of music to put onto a CD, one compact disc. And as you can see, a CD is like it's a round disc, and this is where the music is stored on the back here. And as they get older, these things get older, they rot, which means you no longer have them. And that is where digital files came in. See, used to, before the days of Mixcloud, you know, DJs would put their mixes on a CD. And you would write down your mix of what it was actually called, like an 80s mix, whatever. Whatever it was, you can put it onto a CD, and you would put it onto your hard drive. You would keep it on your hard drive just in case the CD did get scratched up or worn out. You can make another copy. But as time progressed, we have things like this, Mixcloud. See, Mixcloud is where you can store your mixes now. Now that, you know, these are dying out, these are dying out, and there's no way of actually having a physical copy anymore of your DJ mixes. See, that's where these recordable cassettes came in. Just, you know, connect your DJ controller or whatever to a cassette recorder and have yourself a good old-fashioned mixtape, which is very easy. You just pop it in, press play and record, and just start mixing. And then before you know it, you got yourself a mixtape. See, I'm old enough to know what a cassette is, what a CD is, because I was born in the 90s, grew up in the 2000s. And sometimes I just don't understand today's technology. But I guess what you can do is you can get like up to a 1 terabyte flash drive and store them onto a flash drive and play all your mixes from a thumb drive. That's if you want to keep it private, but there is a way of keeping your DJ mixes archived, and that is through Mixcloud. And I got 13 followers as of right now on my Mixcloud. I need to start getting back into mixes, because it's been 8 months since my last actual mix. The other one was just a voice memo I just recorded using the voice memo app on the Mac by going to my applications and going all the way down to the voice memo And then, yeah, the voice memo app. And then, of course, I started recording from the built-in microphone, which doesn't sound very well. That's why I made the decision to go into Serato and use the built-in record function for my mixes from now on. Because I found out that this doesn't sound very well. This is the practice session. Okay, everyone, welcome to... See, I was going to use my USB mixer, which is right here, the Tiani 4, but none of the USB cables would work with this thing. Yep, none of the USB cables will work with this thing, so it keeps shutting off, turning on. You know, it's got a mind of its own, so the USB cables won't work. Because the one it came with was a bad USB cable. See, I used to connect my controller straight to here, and then have it through the, through the USB and into things like Audacity, where I can record the mix and upload it to Mixcloud. This is where some of my mixes came from. And I would, that's where the Party Time with DJ Cool thing came in. Yeah, that's where the Party Time with DJ Cool thing was recorded with. This mixer right here, and I would also do live mixes on my YouTube. As you guys remember, I had to get rid of them because they got hit with copyright. So this is where I used to connect everything into and just have, everything connected to the computer and have a direct connection. But since I do have a powerful computer, a Mac, it can run multiple things at the same time. Apart from, the normal spec, which is a 1.5, I think it's a 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5 with 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's plenty to run my DJ software along with the record function within the software. Because all of my music gets run off of a legacy hard drive, 1 terabyte. And that's where all my music comes from. And that's where I would record my mixes from now on. See, used to, when I would record a mix on a cassette, I would transfer it to a CD to have a digital backup just in case the cassette, wears out. So you can take a cassette, which is one of these rectangular objects, and this is called the shell, the head shell, and inside of here is the actual tape where the audio gets recorded, and the head, goes from your controller or your DJ setup through here, and it will record the signals coming from your sound of source, in this case your DJ setup, and take the audio and record it straight onto the cassette. And with CDs, it gets read by a laser. So the laser takes the signal and puts it onto a CD and writes it to your CD. And then you can finalize it and play it in a CD player or a boombox or a portable CD player. You can play it in your car, which some older cars still have CD players up until the last Ford Fusion. That's when they stopped selling CD players inside cars, but a lot of cars don't have CD players anymore. So these things are really hard to find, a recordable CD. And then you can take, so what I did was take my cassette mixes and put them onto a CD through a CD recorder. I could put in a blank one and start recording, and I can make multiple copies of my one mix just in case something does go wrong. I mean, I still have an archive, a CD archive of all of my mixes, even the ones I record onto a cassette. And what I can do is, I can take my Party Time with DJ Cool thing and record it onto a CD. Since it was recorded purely on digital. There's a lot of mixes that were recorded using the record function on Serato. And one of them is my house mix from July 2019. And I would put them together, but I think the best way to do it is to, just keep the recording going. Yeah, keep the recording going and then start mixing. Instead of having multiple sound files and put them together in GarageBand or Audacity and make it into one big, mix. That's what I used to do back in the day. Like when I was done recording the first song, I would do another one, another one, another one, another one. So that's where most of my mixes came from. But now we have things like Mixcloud, and that's where it was coming from. And I have 13 followers as of right now on my Mixcloud. And it's been 8 to 9 months since I last recorded a mix. I definitely get back into recording a mix using the record function in Serato and just record through there. And just use my headphones to monitor the entire sound. Like go to the master and then use them as my monitor while I'm recording. I mean, that's what I would do back in July. I would take my headphones, plug up to the Newmark Party Mix, which at that time, I had the SR2. I would plug up to the SR2, and I'd be good to go. And my headphones were my main monitor. They were my main set of speakers for recording a mix, so I don't disturb anyone when I'm recording. Especially with using speakers. So headphones are more private. I can record an entire mix privately through my headphones. And then I can take that recording and put it onto a CD. And I can master it using the recording level and really have a nice sounding mix on a CD or a compact disc, which is one of these round things. So this round object is called a CD. This is the format of my childhood, and this is how DJs back in those days record mixes, like connecting their CD mixers, like their CD mixers. They can connect their entire system and record something professionally, like CDJs connect their mixer into a professional CD recorder and have those mixes recorded onto one CD up to 80 minutes long, and then of course they can finalize it and have it as a mix. So that's what most people did back in the 2000s, especially with CDJs or any other CD mixer like the Newmark CD Mix or the CDJs. They would take their CDs one at a time. They would make mixes. Same thing with controllers. You can connect your controller to a professional CD recorder, put one of these in, and start recording. Or with the help of a digital, a recorder, like a very small, teeny tiny recorder, you can record your entire set and put it onto a CD. Or put it on Mixcloud. So I have to get back into making mixes and start recording them onto a CD, since I'm no longer using cassettes anymore. I mean, I'm not really using cassettes that often anymore, since I can't really find them anywhere. I used to find them at my local Walgreens, but they're completely fresh out of cassettes. So what I'm going to do is record my mixes and just digitize them directly onto a CD, which I have to do in real time because it's from an analog source, the auxiliary cord, so I can't just burn it onto a CD, which is one of these round objects, and they're digital, which means the sound never goes away. But with these, the sound does go away because these things deteriorate over time, and of course your mixes are completely lost when these things get older. I mean, if we put on one of my mixes on one of my cassette players, and we'll see how it sounds. And of course, you can play the cassette in any cassette player you want, whether it's a Walkman, a radio cassette player, a boombox, a stereo, whatever has a cassette player. And they're very versatile. Same thing with CD. You know, you can put in any CD player you want, and it sounds really good. So that's a cassette, and the sound quality will determine on the cassette players. Yeah, it's just based on the cassette player, especially with the heads and how they're designed. Like this one, it sounds like it's worn out, but it's not. It'll sound better on the T-Act where it's just leaning flat and it's towards that, you know, towards this way. And it'll even sound good when it's standing up and on a flat surface. This one, you have to push it up just to get it to sound good again. So, hope you guys enjoyed that video. So we went from the cassette tape to the CD, also known as the compact disc, and also having a digital file they can upload to Mixcloud or any other audio sharing platform. So with that said, I'll catch you guys later on tomorrow's video, which is going to be tomorrow's video is going to be a test of using my DJ system without the Yamaha MG10, because we're going to do a little experiment of how well the speakers sound without using a booster known as the Yamaha MG10 to boost the sound. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. So next time, your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment out. Peace.